ये जहां
100 euros दो।
100 euros? आप करती क्या हैं?
Bollywood has become the face of Indian cinema worldwide. But what if I told you that this Bollywood formula is slowly killing the true art of cinema in India? Today we'll explore how Indian cinema, once celebrated globally, has lost its way, and how the legacy of legendary filmmakers like Satyajit Ray has been forgotten. The Bollywood formula is something we've all grown up with. The hero, the heroine, the villain, a few songs, a couple of comic relief in moments, and a predictable happy ending. No matter the genre, be it action, romance, or drama, most mainstream Bollywood films stick to these scripts. These films often revolve around the same set of tropes. The focus is on a spectacle that entertains, but rarely challenges. And while there's nothing wrong with entertainment, the problem is when this becomes the entirety of what our cinema represents. For example, consider the dialogue "बड़े बड़े देशों में छोटी छोटी बातें होती रहती" from DDLJ. It's iconic, but not for its depth. It's memorable to most people because it's simple and resonates with a broad audience. This isn't negative, but it's representative of a trend where all dialogue sound the same, lacking the diversity of expression and thematic depth.
তো জীবনটা যেন একটা ছন্দের মতো, জন্ম মৃত্যু, দিন রাত্রি, সুখ দুঃখ, মিলন বিচ্ছেদ, ঠিক একটা সমুদ্রের ঢেউয়ের মতো, একবার উঠছে আবার পড়ছে।
The art of crafting dialogues that provoke thought, that linger in the mind long after the movie ends, seems lost. We're losing the kind of writing that can elevate a film from mere entertainment to a form of artistic expression. Imagine films like Charulata or The 12 Angry Men, where the romance or the love or the drama isn't just about the existential, but more about the questions that provoke it and the spiritual awakening. Today, films with complex narratives are rare in the mainstream. The emphasis has shifted to instant gratification rather than enduring impact. Let's rewind to the time when Indian cinema was at its peak, when filmmakers like Satyajit Ray were redefining storytelling on the global stage. Pather Panchali, the first film of Ray's Abu Trilogy, is an intimate portrayal of life in rural Bengal. It won the Best Human Document Award at Cannes in 1956. Yet, despite this international acclaim, Indian audiences were slow to recognize its brilliance. Why did Pather Panchali not resonate with the masses in India? Well, because it wasn't made to entertain in the conventional sense. It was made to reflect, to ponder, to present life as it is, not as we wish it to be. It was not about heroes or villains, but about the everyday struggle or ordinary people. Ray's films were not designed to fit into a neat formula. Take Devi, for example. It tells the story of a young woman believed to be an incarnation of a goddess. It critiques blind faith and the patriarchy without ever losing empathy for its characters. But the film faced harsh criticism at the home. Audiences and critics were uncomfortable with its themes, preferring safer, more formulaic storytelling. Even Pather Panchali faced criticism for being too slow, too grim. Indian audiences were not accustomed to films that didn't fit the mold of escapism. They were, and often, I think still are, uncomfortable with films that don't provide easy answers or happy endings. The discomfort with complexity is still prevalent. We tend to prefer narratives where good and evil are clearly defined, where stories are told in black and white without shades of any grey. Take recent films that feature morally ambiguous characters. These films should be seen as explorations of human nature, not as endorsements of any particular behavior. A character's actions, however controversial, are a reflection of the story's world and not a template for real life. As we moved into the era of commercialization, the focus shifted. Filmmakers who wanted to explore the human condition, who wanted to reflect society's complexities, were increasingly sidelined. In the 70s and 80s, we saw a vibrant parallel cinema movement with directors like Shyam Bengal, Meera Nair, who made films grounded in Indian reality. But over time, this movement was overshadowed by the glitter of Bollywood. Today, the mainstream industry caters primarily to mass entertainment, sidelining films that offer new perspective or challenge the status quo. This is not to say that popular films shouldn't exist, but rather there should be room for all kinds of storytelling. Films like Ship of Theseus or Court, movies that push boundaries, ask questions, and reflect realities, struggle to find a broad audience. Meanwhile, formulaic blockbusters dominate the box office. This disparity shows the industry's reluctance to embrace risk, to encourage innovation. The decline of nuanced storytelling in Indian cinema isn't irreversible. To reclaim the golden era of Indian cinema, we must start by educating ourselves and encouraging others to appreciate the true essence of filmmaking. The first step? Start by watching Satyajit Ray's films. Films like the Abu Trilogy, Charulata, Devi, and Nayak are masterpieces that delve into human emotions, social structures, and philosophical inquiries. These films reflect what cinema was and could be in India. They're not just stories, they are experiences, and watching them is a lesson in the art of storytelling. Ray's films are like poetry in motion, every frame meticulously crafted, every dialogue thought-provoking. This shows cinema's potential to reflect and challenge society, to evoke empathy, and to question the status quo. We see signs of a shift in audience preferences with the re-release of cult classics like Rockstar and Tamasha, which initially were not blockbuster hits but have found success and appreciation in recent years. This shows us an evolving audience is willing to engage with more nuanced and varied narratives. These films have found a new audience over time, one that appreciates their merits. But we need to go further as audience. We need to acknowledge and celebrate the great cinema of directors like Meera Nair, Ritvik Ghatak, and of course, Rai. Their work represents the Indian storytelling pinnacle and deserves to be rediscovered. A concerning trend is the lack of respect for international recognition. For instance, there are numerous comments on Satyajit Ray's reels and edits over Instagram dismissing his global acclaim, arguing that we don't need Western validation. But this mindset is quite short-sighted. The Oscars, for instance, have recognized non-Western films like Parasite with the Best Picture award. This isn't about seeking Western approval, it's about recognizing the authenticity and value these awards and film festivals, like the Cannes. Film festivals and awards are not just about validation, they are quite a platform for celebrating the best of global cinema. A lot of Indian film wins at Cannes and even are nominated for Oscar, but we as audiences don't know it and don't care to watch it. But these are the testament to their quality and impact, and as audiences, it's our duty to watch these films, celebrate their successes, and spread the word. If we can make Oppenheimer a major box office hit in India, even surpassing Barbie, which was globally a success more than Oppenheimer, why can't we do the same for our country legends? It's about perspective and effort. We have the power to revive Ray's legacy, to make his name known and respected again, so why don't we do it? Hate culture and quick judgments have made it kind of difficult to appreciate films that do not conform to the popular narrative, but we need to remind ourselves that cinema is an art form that thrives on diversity, of stories, of perspective, and of emotions. So we need to move beyond this divisive mindset. Let's appreciate cinema in all of its art form, from the mainstream to the avant grande. If we do this, we not only enrich our viewing experience, but also contribute to a more vibrant and inclusive film culture. One invaluable resource for discovering and appreciating great cinema is the Criterion Collection. This curated collection features classic and influential films from around the world, including Indian cinema. Exploring the Criterion Collection not only introduces us to cinematic masterpieces, but also provides a richer understanding of the artistic and cultural significance behind these films. By engaging with this collection, we can deepen our appreciation for films that have shaped global cinema. Cinema is more than entertainment. It's a mirror to society, a tool for introspection, and a means of cultural expression. By choosing what we watch, by understanding and discussing it, we can shape the future of Indian cinema. It's time we remember our roots, honored our pioneers like Ray, and embrace the full spectrum of storytelling. So let's all start a conversation. Share thoughts, watch a classic, explore a new narrative. Let's bring back the golden era of cinema, one film at a time.